Hi guys, how are you? You will see that I am in my car right now, and don't worry and freak out because I'm not driving. I am parked in a parking lot. I am just so busy, but at the same time, when I do have a day off, like today, when I'm trying not to stress out too much. It's like I'm either really, really busy or I'm really bored and I have a day off and I just don't know what to do with myself, so I'm kind of just driving around and trying to do like the odd errand, and yeah, so I just feel so much stress in my upper back right now. Like I feel really just, there's nothing for me to be super stressed out about. I'm super pumped, really excited for my first music single to be released this Friday. Some people think it's my CD. It's not my CD yet. It's not my album. That's been in the works for the better part of 3 years. It's almost done, but I'm going to say, that probably won't come out for another couple months or something like that. So I'm working on a lot of other music projects as well, and I'm obviously trying to gear up for tour and all this stuff. Like, I would love to go tour in California, do kind of the coast, and do like a spiritual class during the day, like teach like a meditation class or a class about gemstones, or just do like an angel reading, do those things during the day, and then at night tour with my music. So that's kind of the dream goal, which I'm heading towards at some point soon. Anyways, so I'm excited for my first single. You can check it out on Friday, April 4th. It's called We've Got a Light. It's available worldwide. It will be available worldwide, I can't even speak, on Friday. iTunes, Amazon, Google, you name it. So anyway, I'm going to focus here and get some messages for us for this week. I think there's still a lot of career transitions for people, and a lot of us are going through this. So I just drew 3 cards for my daily guidance from your angels cards. There's people like walking around, they're probably like, what is this girl doing in her car? But that doesn't matter, because it really doesn't matter. It's just harder to place things everywhere in my car because I don't have that much room in here. I'm also going to do one additional message from the flower therapy deck because that just feels right for some reason. So I grabbed both before I left. Alrighty, let me organize myself here. I tried my best to find a quiet spot. Trying to keep myself busy, but being overly busy isn't good, because being overly busy isn't being productive, and I think at the end of the day we all want to be productive and get our hopes and dreams done, but that doesn't happen from filling your day with just being busy. So anyway, for the beginning of this week, sorry by the way for the delay for this video. Craziness. So for yesterday and today, the beginning of this week, we have noticed the signs, which is funny because my personal readings, this has been coming up a lot over the past little while, and I'm like, what signs? I don't see any signs, but I probably do see signs all the time. I'm just kind of accustomed to seeing them, or sometimes I'm maybe just being human and being blind to seeing them, right? So I see a lot of hearts everywhere in the ground, heart shapes in absolutely everything, actually. I find them everywhere, so that's a sign. The card says, yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. So it's not even overly reading into things. I know there's some people out there that are like, oh, you're just reading into everything. But I think everything does have a meaning. And I think if you hear from someone that you haven't heard from in years, and you all of a sudden randomly thought about them yesterday, and then they randomly sent you a message yesterday as well, or like a day after, these things are orchestrated divinely. So I don't think anything's a coincidence by any means. So pay attention to what's going on in your life for sure. Because I definitely think that everything happens for a reason and at the perfect divine time. And of course we get caught up in our ego and humanness, and this is my time, I want things to happen on my time. Things always happen for us at the right time, and it is really our time. But it's divine time, and we have to let go and have faith and trust in that. But pay attention to the signs, because the smallest things really can truly mean the most. For the middle of this week, we have wedding, which is also funny because it's also coming up in my personal readings over the past week or so. This is all about commitment. Commitment to yourself, mainly because that is where all of your relationships stem from, right? Is a relationship with yourself. The card says, marriage is the union of two souls joined in love, mutual respect, and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time. Your wedding day is a testament to your well-founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love, dearest one. You can take this any way you want. Some people may actually be getting engaged. Some people may actually be going to a wedding. Doesn't have to be literal, though. Like I said, this has to do with commitment. Commitment to yourself. Commitment to your path, your future, your present as well. And we get really caught up in the future and stuff like that. But, you know, something I've been really reminded of lately is that all we have is now, right? And I know it's really cliche to say, but it's true. And the only way we can get to where we want to be in the future is to practice things in the now. And I know that's really hard. So say, for instance, you know, I want to go on tour and I want to travel and do all this stuff, and I still want to be able to take care of myself. My seatbelt's moving by itself. That's kind of creepy. But, you know, essentially everything goes back to daily practices. So if you want to completely change your workout routine or completely change your eating habits, it doesn't just happen one day. You don't just wake up one day, or maybe you do wake up one day and decide that you want to make that change, and that makes sense. But for that change to stay permanent in your life, it takes continuous effort and dedication. So no matter what it is that you want to practice or commit to, it takes practice, especially committing to yourself, because you know what? You can't really commit to any friendships or any other relationships of any kind, family relationships, romantic relationships. You can't really commit to your career or to anything if you're not committing to taking care of yourself, which has kind of been the awakening that I've been having lately. I mean, I've been through this my whole life, but the main awakening has been, or reawakening, reminder is that, you know, if you're feeling, or if I'm feeling, like everybody's abandoning me, and that nobody cares about me, and that why is nobody committing to me? Why does nobody commit time to see me or to talk to me or blah, 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 even business-wise? The root of that has nothing to do with anyone else that's mirroring that to me. It has to do with me feeling like I'm abandoning myself, because in a lot of ways I am. You know, I'm guilty of it just as much as anyone else. I'll wake up early in the morning and the first thing I do is grab my phone and grab my computer and I answer emails. I make sure I get back to everybody first before I even eat. You know, before I eat breakfast, before I brush my teeth, before I get ready for my day, I'm putting everybody else before me, which is something that I need to alter and I need to change, and I'm very well aware of that. However, it takes practice, and I can't be too hard on myself either if I get on a good track for maybe a week and then, you know, one day I just completely go back to my habit and check my email right away. We're human, we're creatures of habit, we're used to doing things over and over again, and it's really hard to break habits, but it is possible. It just starts with the awareness. So anyways, think about committing to yourself and ask yourself and be honest with yourself. Like I said, don't be afraid of facing your fear. Look at it straight in the face, because that's the only way you can heal and move forward, is if you focus and you face it. You focus on, okay, what's going on inside of me? Because if all these people around me are bringing this up for me and I'm getting triggered, there's something inside me that's asking for my attention. It's asking for my love, my acceptance. So just ask yourself and be genuine with yourself. Be gentle with yourself, but be honest with yourself and see and ask yourself, you know, where am I not taking care of myself? Where can I commit to myself more? How can I care for myself more? And what is it that I need to do to make that happen? And realize and remember that in order to commit to anything else positive in your life, you have to really take care of yourself. For the weekend we have ask, and this is all about asking your angels, asking the universe to help you, because many times we sit here and, why am I not getting any help? Why isn't the universe helping me? I feel like nobody hears me. I feel like the angels don't hear me. I feel like God doesn't hear me. Source, spirit, divine, whatever you want to call it, whoever you want to refer to. The law of, it's one of the universal laws, is that we have free will. That's what I'm trying to say. The card says, ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions, so we patiently await your request. I've talked about this in the past, and this law will always stand. If you need help with something, if you want help with something, you have to ask for it, because we have laws. We have universal laws. We've planned out what we need to do in this life, and we have to follow that path. And now, obviously, angels will intervene and interfere when need be, especially, if you're, if something's like about to happen that's not technically supposed to happen, if you didn't choose that for your path, they will intervene. For instance, for car accidents or getting hurt or injured in any kind of way. They will always intervene. Now you may say, well, why didn't they intervene when so-and-so died in a car accident? And it's like, but that was part of their divine purpose and divine path. So, they can't step in too much where they're not supposed to. But in terms of asking for help, sorry guys, there's people driving around, it's really distracting. They will help you, but stay open to how they will help you. And I've said this a million times, right? People will always come through for you, like the angels will come through for you, the universal power will come through for you. We have to stay open to how it will show up, though, and not expect that this is going to come through in this way, because when we start with those expectations, then it doesn't show up in that way, and they'll get disappointed. And the only way that the universe can really come through for us is if we let them come through for us in whichever way that is meant to be, right? Whatever way that's supposed to happen. And lots of times we don't have that awareness because we're here on Earth and our perspective is so much smaller than the universal perspective, right? So we have a really low vantage point compared to Source Spirit, our angels and guides and protectors. So we always have to trust that they will show up for us and help us and protect us in all ways, in any way that we need. But we do have to ask. So if you're stressing out about a relationship or your career or timing or money or anything, obviously things take action, but when you press too hard to make things happen and force things to happen on your time, let me tell you from experience, it doesn't really work out very well. So there's an active letting go and surrender that has to happen in order for you to receive the abundance that is trying to get to you, as I've said before as well. So just make sure that you ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. You're never going to lose anything from asking. And try to, like I said, get away from specifics of, help me by making this situation turn into this situation. You can ask for healing, of course, but when you start getting into little, nitty-gritty specifics of how you need things to be healed or want things to be healed, you're kind of blocking yourself. So stay open, if you're asking for a healing in a certain relationship or if you're asking for a certain healing with a certain situation, stay open to all the possibilities of what that healing could look like. The additional message that wants to come through from the flower therapy deck is unity. And this is with the hibiscus flower. I love hibiscus tea. Delicious. Just by the way. It says, you're spiritually connected to everyone through God. Use this sacred bond to heal your family, friends, and yourself. So again, this is just kind of tapping into what I was just getting into, was healing. We can all connect to everybody. So this is the other thing that I just want to mention quickly before I let you all go, is that, again, basically what I was just saying, we can try to force things to happen. We can try to force situations to happen on our time. We want to get business done at this time. You want to meet up with this person. You haven't seen this person in a long time. You may have issues with someone in your family, with a friend, with anyone you're in a relationship with, and if you can't see them in the physical, or if you can't get a hold of them by email or phone, it gets really frustrating. But you know what? Trying to force things to go on your timing, because you think it's your timing to get things done right now, makes things so unpleasant and messy. And the best thing you can do is connect through the universe. And you can do this at any time, at any point. You can be anywhere in the world. You can be continents away from someone, honestly, or you can even be a few minutes from someone. It really doesn't matter. If you want some sort of healing to happen in some sort of relationship, you can do that. You can send light and love someone's way. And that is the best thing you can do. Honestly, that's the best thing you can do for anyone. It's good for you because it sends healing to yourself. It sends healing to the person, but it also sends healing out into the whole universe, because remember, we have such a huge impact on this world without even realizing how big of an impact we make just by being ourselves and by what thoughts we put out and the energy we put out. So if you take a moment just to send someone loving thoughts and envision them with white light and purple light around them, protection light, or any color light that you feel guided to. Do that, and that's going to really benefit them and your relationship with them, your relationship with yourself, and it's also going to benefit the whole universe by you sending out those positive vibes. So if you're worried about anything, notice the signs that the angels and the whole universe is trying to send you. Focus on committing to yourself and committing to thinking positive things and sending positive thoughts to people. Ask for help, because it's always available to us if we stay open to it. And just remember unity. We are all one, and that's our core. Our core is light and our core is love, and we can make a difference. We can relate to people. We can send positive thoughts and make a difference in such a simple way, just by being ourselves and focusing on light and loving thoughts and stuff like that. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I feel like I have tons of chocolate in my teeth, and I totally do. That's embarrassing. But what can you do? This is me. I'm here to be genuine. I'm not here to be this perfect being. I'm here to be an earth angel, which means that I'm here to be grounded and that people can probably benefit from the messages that I can say. So have a wonderful week. Please check out my first single this Friday that comes out worldwide on iTunes, Amazon, yada yada. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.